Oh my god, what are you doing? Why are you... Can't you see I'm trying to do a video? Really? Hey guys, it's me, HezaChannel, and I'm back with another video. I told you guys I'd be here this week to tell you all about my new tattoo. This little axolotl I got about... Oh man, it's almost been a month already. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, a little bit of a background story as to why I chose the design and the animal that I did for this tattoo. So I have other tattoos. They're just not as visible because I have tattoos that are on my back and on my hip that are often covered by my clothes. And the only time really anybody sees them is if I wear like a tank top or a bathing suit. Growing up, I have always admired tattoos and piercings and body modifications and that sort of thing. I always liked those things because it made others look unique, and I like unique expressions of oneself. So now that I'm older, 33, I can make these decisions without really having anybody telling me, oh, you shouldn't do that and stuff like that, because since I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, it's a pretty conservative place. It's probably have changed about now. I mean, it's been 11 years since I've lived in Cincinnati. The majority of people who live there weren't really into like colored hair or tattoos or piercings, and if you had those things, a lot of people would look down on you or think you're really strange and that sort of stuff. So when I did get my first tattoo when I was 18, that's a Mario star on my hip, I put it there so that nobody would see it. I knew it was there, but other people wouldn't. And then I got my back tattoos when I was in Boston, because at that time when I had my job, they had like a no visible tattoo like policy, so I decided to get them on my back. Now that I live here in Los Angeles in Southern California, most people don't care about that kind of stuff. You see lots of people with tattoos, facial piercings, and different colored hair. So it's kind of a lot different than what I'm used to growing up with, but I'm very happy that it's more acceptable because I can feel more free to express myself how I wish. I've always wanted another tattoo, and now that I live in Southern California, I bit the bullet and got another one. Now, this is actually my first full color tattoo. All my other ones are just black ink, line art, and I like that very much, but this time I wanted something a little bit more different, because I have seen some really awesome color tattoos on Instagram done by many different awesome, talented tattoo artists. And so I was like, I was gonna take that plunge and get a color tattoo for myself. So why an axolotl? Well, not only are they cute and cheerful to look at, but they have a deeper meaning to me. The past 5 years when I was living in NorCal, I was really struggling with my mental health. I was struggling from depression and also generalized anxiety disorder. See, I didn't know that I had generalized anxiety disorder until I got diagnosed. All I knew is that I was having crazy anxiety and I had no idea why, and it would be at like the most random times, and a lot of times it was getting so bad that it was literally controlling my life. Like, I didn't want to drive anywhere because I was anxious to drive to places, especially to places that I was unfamiliar with. I was feeling like I wasn't good enough, that I didn't deserve things, like I didn't deserve good things in my life. I don't know, like I had always, my whole life kind of struggled with those thoughts, but they really didn't like take over my life as much as they did, and it just increasingly got worse. I was thinking like maybe it's situational, maybe when things start looking better that I'll feel better, and it just wasn't the case. And I'll tell you, taking that first step to actually go see a therapist was terrifying to me. Same thing with trying medication, but I knew that everything I had tried to help alleviate my anxiety was not working out for me, so I was like, you know what, maybe it's time to take the plunge and try medication and go to therapy, because I was feeling so miserable. I was like, nothing can be as bad as how I'm feeling now, let's just go do it. And I cannot express how much of a good decision that was for me. Everybody's different. You know, medication probably is not going to work for everybody, but for me it worked. Before I started on my medication, I was going to these different group therapies, and I was also talking to a therapist, And during group therapy, I was like anxious, like just to be in the room with people I didn't know. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I was afraid to share my stories and things like that. When I was listening to the therapist talk, I was taking notes because I was very serious about trying to get my life and my mental health in order. And at around this time, this is when I really started getting into axolotls, and they made me happy when I looked at them. They had these cute little simple faces that appeared as if they're smiling all the time, you know, even though that's not the case, that's just how they look. And they also have a very unique ability to be able to regenerate pretty much any part of their body. I mean, they can regenerate even parts of their brain, which is amazing. So when I went to these group therapy stuff and I was taking notes of what the therapist was saying, I would draw these cute little axolotls to try to hype myself up, get myself excited, to listen and learn and calm myself down because I was an anxious mess. Here's some other little axolotls I was drawing, and this is kind of like the first design ever of the guy that I got tattooed on myself. As you can see here, it was talking about mindfulness meditation to kind of help out with anxiety, and this actually helped a lot. I really liked the body scan meditation. But yeah, here I am drawing this little guy to try to motivate myself to feeling better, and yeah, just having a little cute buddy there while taking notes was fun. I used to do this stuff when I was in high school too. I don't know, drawing things like that would help me retain the information. So as I said earlier, axolotls have this unique ability to regenerate parts of their bodies. Like if their limbs got cut off, they completely regenerate all of their limbs. They do this with a smile on their faces. I know it sounds so stupid, I know it sounds corny, but I was like, you know what? I want to heal myself. I mean, obviously I'm gonna need to get help to do that, but I want to be able to heal myself and smile through it, even though on the inside I might be going through a lot. I wanted to keep my spirits up. Not smile even though I'm not happy, but I wanted to keep my spirits up and be positive about it, is what I mean. It helped me through it. Drawing these cute little axolotls and looking at pictures of them and videos of people who own pet axolotls, it really helped me get through this. And I know, as silly and as stupid as that sounds, it's the truth. Not only are they adorable and cute, like I said before, but these little seemingly tiny creatures that live in the water and probably don't even give a crap about anything else but their own survival, they helped me survive. So I wanted a tattoo that represented that to me, but to other people it's just like a cute little animal. And so I was going through some design ideas. So obviously you had seen the ones I showed you earlier in the notebook that I would take to my group therapy sessions and regular therapy sessions. So I wanted to keep that basic style of looking cute, and the crown. The crown was a must. And honestly, a lot of people ask me about the crown, and it's not anything with any more deeper meaning than just it wearing a crown. I had seen some really cute Japanese like jewelry designs and even some like art of axolotls with crowns on their head, and I thought that that was super cute and added a little bit more pizzazz to the design. This was one of my sketches that I first did. I didn't like how this one turned out. I mean, it's still cute, but it's not the style that I was looking for. I tried to give him a little chubby belly, but I was like, I don't think this is gonna make a good tattoo design. And then I came up with this one, which is basically the final one. This is the inked version. I couldn't find the original sketch. But yes, I wanted to keep him simple. Looks like he's swimming, but I didn't like that I only gave him 3 toes on the back feet. And I also didn't like how lopsided his head was because I'm not good at drawing circles, freehanding them. So what I ended up doing is scanning this into Photoshop and fixing all the mistakes. And this was my final design. And I had my husband print this out at his work because my printer doesn't like to print anymore because it's like 15 years old or something. I really need to get a new one. So I was looking up different tattoo parlors in my area and looking up the artists that work there, and I was taking a look at all their portfolios. So I'm like, who works really well with colors and cutesy stuff and cartoony stuff? and I came across this tattoo parlor called Rabble Rouser on Venice here in Los Angeles. Now, I felt as if all of the artists there were more than capable of giving me the look I wanted, and I'm a very spontaneous person, and I like things done quickly, and like I feel like if I wait too much I'm gonna get cold feet, so I just gotta do it. And so I went in there, I walked in on a Friday, brought my art design with me, and asked if they had availability for a walk-in. And I sat down with this really awesome tattoo artist named Luis, and he loves like tattooing cartoons, food, and squids and stuff like that, and I really liked his art. And he was more than happy to do the design for me. The only stipulations, or the only things I really wanted to be consistent, was that this was the coloring that I wanted for it, and that he could do whatever background he wanted or whatever type of shading he wanted to do. And so that's how I ended up with this guy. So I'm gonna give you guys a closer look at it. So my favorite part of the tattoo is how the blue on the outside really contrasts with the pink of the axolotl. And I love how he added these cute little bubble designs in there. I wanted the tattoo to be pretty visible to anybody. I've always wanted to have like a conversation piece so that when somebody sees it, they ask me about it. So I wanted it to be on my wrist where it's very easy to see. The funny part is everybody asks me if this character is from Adventure Time, and I'm like, no, like, I designed him myself. And honestly, I'm very surprised that nobody asks if he's from Gravity Falls, because I haven't seen all of Gravity Falls, but I know that there's an axolotl in Gravity Falls. I don't know its significance, and I should watch the series and just figure it out for myself. That's the story of my tattoo, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I know it might be a little bit boring to you guys and be like, who cares, open more Toyba prizes. I mean, believe me, I want to. I'm still waiting on some more boxes to ship to me before I can do that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week. I'll probably talk to you about some cute stuff that I got at Ross recently, like this shirt. What? Like, I find the coolest stuff at Ross's and Marshall's and TJ Maxx and all that stuff, and I used to never shop there before, but it's like my go-to anymore. I just find the cutest stuff. Enough of me rambling. I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. Bye!